নমস্কার, আপনারা দেখছেন জনরব মিডিয়া। 6ই এপ্রিল মেডিকা সুপার স্পেশালিটি হাসপাতাল স্বাস্থ্যের উপর দূষণের প্রভাব বিষয়ে একটি সেমিনারের আয়োজন করে, পরিচালনা করে বিশ্ব স্বাস্থ্য দিবস উদযাপন কমিটি। কোটি কোটি মানুষ এখন অস্বাস্থ্যকর বাতাসে শ্বাস নেয়, সুতরাং সচেতন হবার সময় এসেছে। ডাক্তারবাবুরা কি বললেন, চলুন আমরা আলোচনায় মন দিই।
Dr. Dilip Kumar, Senior Cardiologist, Director Cath Lab, Dr. Nandini Biswas, Respiratory Medicine Specialist, and Dr. Harsh Dhar, Head and Neck Oncosurgeon. And our charming host for the evening is Mr. Anand Dev Gupta, Co-founder and Joint Managing Director, Medical Group of Hospitals. Thank you very much. I will now.
Anyone interested in seeing the presentation, they're going to be on the 2 television screens out there.
Yes.
See the presentation, I'm going to read it out, and for my panelists, they can click on that and see it forward. For somebody to. So it's been like since the milestone, that's been the goal of all our public health systems till date to achieve. Alright? So, but then have we really been able to achieve? Where have we reached till there? Is a big question. So, from you'll be surprised in the year 1947. Guess what the life expectancy of an average Indian was? With the population?
28 years.
Number is down to 34. That's a significant move from where we are. Another major indicator which measures healthcare at large is maternal mortality rates. Yeah? And in maternal mortality, we had about 632 mothers who wouldn't survive childbirth. That numbers come down to 130. Now, when you look at number of beds per population, that's another measure of statistics that we have, where we look at how many beds we have per 1,000 people. India still has about 1 bed per 1,000 people.
The numbers that we need to look at, where air pollution, environmental pollution will actually have a major contributory role. So, and in fact, when we got the topic to the panel, I was like, pollution and cancer, okay, I really need to read up. And when I read up, it really opened my eyes that, the extent to which we as doctors many times are unaware. We've read all that in books. Yes, pollution causes cancer, but what chemical can cause what cancer? There is a plethora of list, a huge list, and I think almost each and every organ is being touched. With respect to environmental cause, skin cancers, maybe not so much so in our country, but the Arctics and the Antarctics where they've lost on the ozone layer. Ultraviolet radiation can lead to a lot of skin cancers, especially within the Australian population. It's very common. In fact, almost 40 to 50% of the head and neck services in most Australian centers deal with skin cancer, and so also in North America,
Right.
where they see a lot of skin cancers in these populations. Secondly, people working with the metal industry, heavy metals, nickels, zinc, people working in asbestos industries, they have a high prevalence for head and neck cancers. Asbestos also lung cancer, which is, yes, right in the madam's zone. But there are a lot of environmental toxins. The list is long, but these are a few common. And again, we talk about tobacco, but the carcinogens that we see in tobacco, similar kinds of carcinogens, volatile organic compounds, are also there as a result of combustion of petrochemicals.
Right.
These again can lead to head and neck cancers and lung cancers.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
So,
Appreciate that. We'll come back to you with what.
Specialty probably has a more direct link. You can actually visualize all the polluting traffic on the road, the cars, the buses, pollution checks not done properly, old vehicles flying on the road, all the industries chucking out the smoke and smog, and then burning of fuels or whatever on the roadside, eateries, all the gas ovens and everything. And then you go to a bit of the road. The respiratory system is very directly bears the brunt of it. So you inhale the toxic air full of fumes, particulate matter, sulfur dioxide, nitric dioxide, carbon monoxide particles, and those cause an inflammation within nose, eyes, breathing tubes, and that can cause direct cough, mucus production, airways congestion, breathing problem. And for very small particles, if they can reach the lung barrier, they can reach your blood circulation, and that can then cause lung damage intrinsically. They can cause cancer in your lungs and all over the body. So, and I've seen the practice change. Sometimes when I used to work abroad for quite some time, their smoking was the main problem that led to chronic lung disease. Here it's not smoking as such. Yes, they chew a lot more tobacco than they smoke tobacco. Problems, rapid chest at night, and whatever medications I give them, that doesn't go away. And I have come to the point that my consultation takes a long time, because I try and sit and explain to them, look, this is so much I can do. There's not more else I can do, or not more medication that I can give, because this is caused by pollution. Whatever air that is around you is what is causing the problem. You're smoking, active smoking or passive smoking. Women get it. Women may get it from their husband smoking, or from all the household fumes and everything. And I think by and large in the Southeast Asian region, which has a large world population, a lot of development going on, they are doing better economically. But what is happening is we are an overpopulated part of the world. We are all cramming into the cities, unplanned housing, trees being felled off, industries coming up. Not always regulation is necessary or possible. So a lot of carbon particles in there, a lot of smog in there, a lot of small particulate matter in there. So there are two things that are happening. People's lives are getting better, but at the same time chronic ill health is also getting better.
And I was amazed that there was nowhere it was mentioned that pollution is going to cause a risk factor for hypertension. And we have irrefutable evidence, multiple evidences like that cardiovascular disease mortality increases. So we have something like clean air initiative, which was brought in US in 1970s, and they have been able to bring down the mortality because of pollution by 70%.
Okay.
So not only it's proven one way, it's proven both the ways. So it increases the mortality. When it comes down in pollution, it decreases mortality as well. So it's highly overlooked cause for risk factor cardiovascular disease. When someone asks what is the risk factor for cardiovascular disease, we straightway say hypertension, dyslipidemia, diabetes, smoking. Nowhere we mention air pollution. I think today, after all this activity which we have done, we have become aware, so we'll aware other people as well. And basically, the government's job will come to it, in the next round. Our suggestions.
You've been here for quite some time now. Do you really see any difference in correlation with, say, pollution and is there any in the pattern of patients that you see there in the critical care unit and here? Is there anything that one can read up in the field?
Definitely, great question, sir. Thank you. Air pollution is the most easiest one to see, because literally we can all literally see it every single day when we look out of our windows. But we forget it's not only air pollution, like Dr. Kumar said over here. Noise pollution is associated with poorer sleep. Poor sleep leads to chronic hypertension, which will give you a heart attack or a stroke. One example. We consistently see that. We don't recognize it, but it is a fact of life. So that's just noise pollution. Air pollution we have discussed already at length. Did you know the first time somebody discovered that environment can cause cancer? Scrotal cancers in chimney cleaners in England. They found people used to clean chimneys were all getting scrotal cancer. They could not figure out why, till they figured out the soot would collect in their underwear.
Oh boy.
And that was causing an increased risk of scrotal cancer. That's the first time people figured out environment and pollution will cause cancer. So that is very, very clear. You see burnt material on somebody, that's going to give you cancer. Sir mentioned ozone. Ozone depletion causes ultraviolet radiation.
ডক্টর নন্দিনী বিশ্বাস, মেডিসিন স্পেশালিস্ট, মেডিকা সুপার স্পেশালিটি হসপিটাল, উনি বলেন যে দূষণ এবং আমাদের জীবন গ্রহের উপরের প্রভাব বড় সমস্যা। এখান থেকে বেরিয়ে আসতে হবে, নাহলে বর্তমান প্রজন্মের জন্য আমরা সুস্থ পৃথিবী রেখে যেতে পারবো না। প্রত্যেক মানুষকে সচেতন হতে হবে। ডক্টর ষণসহ বলেন, ক্যান্সার বিশেষজ্ঞ, দূষণ মানুষের কার্যকলাপের দ্বারাই বায়ু, জল এবং স্থলে অবাঞ্ছিত বর্জ্য নির্গত হয়ে দূষণ করছে। এর ব্যাপারে সচেতন হতে হবে। ডাক্তারবাবুর সঙ্গেও আমরাও একমত। আসুন আমরা সচেতন হই, সমাজকে সুস্থ করি। আপনারা দেখছিলেন জনরব মিডিয়া। আবার আসছি